All right, everybody. Welcome to MLB Playoff Talk. I'm Anthony Calvanese here with Dylan Devine and Ryan Furman. And, well, we decided we were going to make some brackets, talk some baseball, make some predictions, say some wild things. So buckle up. You're in for a ride. Let's go straight to Dylan with your playoff bracket.
All right. I have the 2022 AL NLCS coming back for us. I got the Yankees and Astros. I think Yankees, obviously the team, I think to beat in the AL. And then the Astros just have that postseason magic that they somehow can't get rid of. And then on the other side, it's just going to be Padres and Phillies. I think it's going to be a great run for them. And I think the Padres are not going to be able to beat those Phillies. And we're going to have an 0-9 rematch with the Yankees on top. And my sleeper team for them, I think it's going to be Detroit. I think they have the opportunity to run back a 2019 Nationals postseason run. Thoughts?
Well, first of all, I have your exact same championship series. I feel like a Yankees-Astros championship series in the AL would be absolutely magnificent baseball to watch. But I also feel like the Padres are going to beat the Dodgers as well, and Phillies are going to come out on top in the NL. There has not been both one seeds coming out in forever. Last year with the Braves losing to the Phillies, of course, and the Orioles getting swept as their one seed in the AL. It's just not going to happen. Both one seeds are not going to be in. But I feel like the Padres have a lot of depth, and I feel like the series to watch for the wild card would be the Padres and the Mets. That's just going to be electric. The Mets are so hot right now, even though I hate them to death. I just don't feel like the Mets are a playoff team at all. Historically, they have not been a playoff team, at least in recent years. So that's why I feel like the Padres are going to be the sleeper team.
Look. We have two Phillies fans on the thing, one Yankees fan, but somebody's got to switch it up in the AL.
Where'd that come from?
The Orioles, they are going to the World Series to play against the Philadelphia Phillies. They aren't going to beat the Phillies.
You got two different things on there.
They're going to get there. Hey, I have the full World Series right now. This is the World Series fit right now.
And that hat will be off by World Series time, don't worry.
Hey, I promise I won't wear it if the Phillies make it. Like, Mom, I know you're watching at home. I promise I will not be supporting the Orioles in the World Series. Look, I know it's,
the Orioles are young.
Yeah,
Orioles
they're
are young.
I get it. But, it could be fun. It could be a fun ride. I see, get the fountains ready. We're going to, be celebrating.
You know what also you need to make it to a World Series? You need a closing pitcher.
Yeah,
how's that looking for the Orioles?
You know where he is? He's in the bird bath right now in the seventh inning, spraying the fans with a hose. He's out of there. You couldn't get him until the finish line of the season.
The Philadelphia Orioles bullpen is going to help them. Going to propel them. Sir Anthony Dominguez is just going to close his eyes and throw the ball as hard as he can.
Yeah.
And it's going to get strikeouts. I promise you. Maybe he'll give up a few home runs, but
I think the Orioles' biggest flaw is what we saw from last year, their inexperience in the postseason. But now going into this year, it's the pitching. The pitching throughout the whole season has been injured and lacking, and they haven't really done much since the trade deadline. They've been declining since.
Well, if we're looking at that series, Nestor Cortez is out, and he was a huge piece for you guys last year, so you can't let that go slide.
You guys, like I'm an Orioles fan. Look, I'm trying to have a little fun here. I think
what
if
team
it
you
happens,
want
it's
at
magic.
this point?
I know what
He's
team I
acting
want.
like James Gallagher
there's
with all his teams.
You got to switch it up. It's HSN. We got to know all sports, not just our own teams. We got to have a little fun with it. But playoff baseball, there's a lot of players in the MLB, a lot of good players. But stars do shine brighter in the postseason. Dylan, who do you got?
Well, it's been pretty dim for Sir Aaron Judge throughout his entire career from 2017 and now, but I think this year is going to be his opening up year to the baseball world as a postseason legend, not just a regular season legend. And I think that, the stars are going to shine a lot brighter when he's on the field smacking a grand slam against your Phils and your Orioles. We'll double down on that. And, I think it's going to be a good postseason for him and Jazz.
2 grand slams is crazy.
So I'll start off with my bias player. Bryce Harper is my favorite player. But I could also go Trey Turner. They just have such playoff experience, such primetime baseball experience in the playoffs. Bryce Harper 2 years ago when they made it to the World Series was batting over 400. Last year, batting just as good, about I think it was two high 200s, 270 something. But I feel like a player that's not to be biased for Phillies. I feel like Jurickson Profar. He was on my fantasy baseball team all year. I loved him. He's such a surprising. The whole outfield for the Padres is just ridiculously good.
Yeah. Look, my player to look out for. Take this off. Sorry, Nick Castellanos.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna hit the Grand Slam. More Grand Slams than Aaron Judge.
Game 7 in the World Series against your
There's no
Yankees.
disasters.
If it
He's not
happens,
coming out.
We're clipping this. We're throwing it all over the social media platforms. You're tagging me. I'm going to blow up. Get me on ESPN. Look, the Orioles, though, the player that you don't want to look out for, thank God they got rid of him, Mr. Craig Kimbrell.
Wait, let me see that.
No, Craig. Yeah.
It's Craig. This is Craig.
Hey, you got rid of Craig.
He's gone. He's gone.
Hey, but you know what? They could do it because they don't have Craig Kimbrell.
But I'm afraid of like how young the team is. Like I was saying, it's just the pitching. Like if they can't get their starter to go to the 5th inning and have a bullpen for a 7-game series, I don't know how they're gonna get through.
Yeah,
But
well, look, you're
anything can happen.
not wrong. But you know what? My thing is, we did touch on it during desk updates. Shohei Ohtani, I know the Dodgers are probably going to crawl into the playoffs and fall asleep like they always do.
They have no depth. Their top 4 guys are their guys. I mean, They got Shohei, they got Mookie, Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
The bottom of the order is shaky. I mean, yeah, they did have pitching, but other than that, I think they're the 1 seed to go.
You just can't ignore what he's done, regardless of your fan opinion.
Congrats him. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good season. Great job. Congrats. You're not going to win a World Series. And if you do, let's not clip this.
That's
Okay?
yeah.
If I predict everybody to win the World Series, one of the predictions has to be right. Like, we could clip it up and make it look good.
Let's see. Postseason hero. Name a random player you think is just gonna shine the brightest.
I mean, my mind immediately goes to Phillies, so I'm going to try my hardest not to do that. I already touched on Jerks and Profar. Let's look at the AL. Is Yordan Alvarez going to be healthy?
No,
I don't think he will be. He said he's out for the year. His knee's been bothering him a little bit. I mean, obviously we don't like what's going on in the Astros organization, so we'll get away from them. I know you were talking about the Cleveland Guardians, about how Jose Ramirez was going to have a going away tour and do really good. But
Look. The best player in the postseason is going to be the vibe guy, Garrett Stubbs. Look, the playoffs has a lot to offer. No matter what happens, whether our predictions are right or wrong, we're all going to sit around our TVs and watch. So I'm really happy. I appreciate everybody joining us today.